Okay, so now we're gonna be talking about hooks, and that gets a little tricky. You know, I have a lot of hooks I use. Everybody asks, what's your favorite hook? And what hook do you use? And I say, man, what kind of line size are you using? That's really important. So if I'm using finesse line, I'm gonna have a finesse style hook. If I'm using heavier line, I'm gonna have a heavier hook. And I have them in like 3 categories. So line from 5 to 8 pound test, I'm definitely gonna have a light wire hook. So 10 to 12, I'm gonna have kind of a medium grade hook. And then anything over 12 is gonna be a heavy wire hook. And you can get heavy wire hooks in small sizes, and you can get some amazing little needle sharp little light wire hooks. Why would you want a hook that is super light wire? Well, when you're using light line, you want a super little needle size, thin diameter hook. So when you set the hook, you get hook penetration. Once I get it hooked in there, I'm not worried about the hook bending out because my line is so light, it's not gonna bend it out. If I'm using heavy line on this little light wire hook, oh yeah, I get hooked and I hook it in the toolies and I pull back, yeah, it's gonna bend that hook right out, the fish is gonna get off. So something to think about, what size hook you're using for what line, and if it's gonna be a weedless hook or a non-weedless hook. There's office cover around, you're gonna want a weedless hook. If there's just rock points and you're in a, I don't know, you're fishing a reservoir with no cover, just rocks or something, yeah, you can get away without a weedless hook. What kind of hooks am I using? Guys, I have a whole bunch of my favorite hooks. By far, the #1 hook I've used in my life is just a regular old Gamakatsu wacky rigged hook. They're not paying me to say this one is a heavy line hook. And I have hooked some fish on 20 pound tests on this thing and ripped them out of cover, and it won't bend out. Now I'm saying it won't ever bend. Yeah, eventually it will, but it's a good hook, stout hook. You want to get down into that stout, medium stout type hook. This is the Shinfook hook, and it comes in a 4-pack. It has a titanium weed guard, which is cool because I can bend it and it becomes right back. And this hook is really stout. I mean, I've been fishing with 15 pound tests, fishing around the edge of the toolies, had this thing in cover, and it has yet to bend out. Unfortunately, it's a pretty pricey hook. I think the average is about $2 to $2.25 per hook. So check that out. That's a G Finesse by Shinfook. And a medium sized hook. The ones I like, these little decoy, this is called a hunter hook. It's got a medium wire, it's got a slick coat finish, really cool. It's like in between the heavy hook and the light wire one. And this is the other, well, they call it the bodyguard. And this is another wacky hook. This one's got a little weed guard, but it's a medium grade wire. It's not super light. It's perfect for like 10, 12 pound test. You're not gonna bend it out. You can pull back on the fish. These are really cool hooks. I mean, the packaging looks cool. Most everybody that fishes Neko Rigs fishes light line. There's so many options here. And if I'm just going to fish no weed guard and no opportunity to snagging up, I'm gonna go with this Hayabusa hook. It's a razor sharp, little thin wire hook. These things, pretty price reasonable. The problem is with them, and there's not very many problems with them. The good thing is you're gonna hook the fish all the time. The one thing is you'll notice right away the hook flexes. Let me pull one out here and I'll just show you. This is not a hook you're gonna wanna use with heavy line. This is one hook you're gonna use with light line. I can just go like that and that hook flexes, okay? It is like a needle. If you had 5 pound or 6 pound test on and you hook that fish from 30 feet away on a long cast, all you basically have to do is reel set it. You don't have to do much. That hook goes thunk, right through and it's stuck. Now, if you had heavy line, you would pull and it could bend out. You gotta be careful pulling the pliers out. But once you get that fish hooked to that little thing, it ain't coming off. So if you guys like light line fishing, you wanna go with the very thin wire. There's these flat edged ones. And these are something I've been playing around with lately, but they're made for Neko rigging. And this hook basically has a flat side, just like that. Real cool, because it really holds tight next to the bait and gives a different look. And when the fish come down and they get locked in that little corner and they ain't coming off. So these do come in some different styles. Like this one here is a little smaller, but it's got a little weed guard. And these are made by Hayabusa. It's really important, guys, to really think about line size and hook diameter. Just trust me on that. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this or learned something. If you want to know more in detail, you guys can message me on anything, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Shoot me a message. I promise you I'll get back to you. Good luck out there. Hope this helps you out. Catch you next time.